In this video, we're continuing with our journey into learning Office scripts in Excel. So far in this series, we've seen the document object model, which means we can find and manipulate objects in Excel. And then in the last video, we introduced TypeScript and showed how we can use that to create loops. And we were able to loop over cells and create a PDF report for each item listed in those cells. This time, we're going even deeper into TypeScript and we're looking at how we can work with arrays, logic, and parameters. So if you're ready, let's get started. In this video, we're going to create a simple reusable tool for storing and applying our favorite custom number formats. And because Office scripts are available to all of our workbooks, it means that once we've set it up, we can easily apply the tool into any of our workbooks. I'll go to Automate, New Script, and Create in Code Editor. And let's expand our code area. We want to remove our existing code. And we're now ready to create our script. We're going to start by creating an array of the possible number formats which our tool will use. An array is just a collection of values. It starts with an opening square bracket and ends with a closing square bracket. Then, in between, we list the values separated by commas. But we're not restricted to a single value for each element in the array. Each of those elements could also be another array, which means we can nest arrays inside other arrays. Each subarray also starts and ends with square brackets and has a list of values separated by a comma. To discover the value of any position in an array, we enter the zero-based index number in square brackets. So, to find out the value of the first element in the first array, we would enter 0 in square brackets. The result of that is also an array. So we then add another set of square brackets which also has the number 0, and that gets the first element from that array. So that's how arrays work. Now let's go and apply this knowledge into our code. Let's add a comment. Create array of number formats. Now let's create our variable. Let, and the name is going to be CF for custom format, and then array because it holds multiple values. To enter an array, we simply enter that in square brackets. For this example, we are going to have an array of arrays. There we have the square brackets for our first array. Then for our inner array, we're going to create the name that we want to use. Now to enter text strings in Office scripts, we can do so in double quotes. This first one will be called 0dp. That's the first value in our array. Then the second value in our array will be the value that we want to use as our custom number format. Now another way to enter a text string is to use single quotes. We can use either when working in Office scripts. Our number format is going to be hash, comma, hash, hash, 0. And then we want a space which is equal to a closing bracket. So I'll enter underscore and closing bracket. That is how our positive numbers will be displayed. I'll enter a semicolon to get to the negative numbers. And these are going to be formatted in red. And we want them in brackets. So it will be opening bracket, hash, comma, hash, hash, 0, close bracket. And that is the string for our custom number format. At the end of this array, I'll enter a comma and then press return to create a new line. And we're going to have 3 items in our array. The next item is going to be called 2 decimal places. And this will be hash, comma, hash, hash, 0.00. And we need to do the same for our negative. Our last version is going to be called date. And this is going to be in the format of the year, then a dash, then the month, and then the day. That is our array. Now, because this is the last item in the array, we don't need a comma at the end of this line. Let's now create a temporary value to hold which custom number format that we want to use. Just going to call this CF, and this is going to be equal to 0dp. Now, don't worry about this being a hard-coded value. We will make it dynamic in a few moments' time. But what we want to do now is to loop through our array and find out which element is equal to our CF variable. And then when we find the matching item, we know that the second element in that array is the number format that we want to apply. Now, we have covered loops in a previous session, so we won't describe those in detail in this video. However, there is just one point to add about using loops with arrays. Arrays have the length property. This tells us how many items are in the array. Therefore, we know the maximum number of times that we can loop over that array. Now let's go and add this into our code. Loop through to find the number format. We're going to use our for loop. We're going to use a variable called I, and we want that to be equal to 0. This is our counter. We want to loop while I is less than the number of items in our CF array, and we want the length of that array to get the number of items. And each time we loop, we want to increment by 1. Again, that will be I++. We then state what we want to do for each item in our loop. Within each loop, we want to find out if the first element in the subarray matches our CF variable. To do that, we use if statements. The syntax starts with if, then between brackets, we add the conditions that we want to check. Now, an important point about TypeScript is that a single equals assigns a value. So if we want to check for equality, we need to use either 2 equals or 3 equals. Then, after the brackets, within curly brackets, we enter the action that we want to take if the condition is true. We can also create multiple conditions, else statements, and switch statements for more advanced logic. But that's outside the scope of our introductory series here. So, just as a reminder, we do have a full Office Scripts course, which goes through all the techniques and methods that we don't have time to cover here. So if you want to go further with Office Scripts, just head on over to exceloffthegrid.com/office-scripts to find out more. If, opening bracket, and the check that we want to perform is whether our CF array, and then in square brackets, we can provide the position. Now we know that we're looping over our array, therefore we're going to use I to represent whatever our current position is. And then within our array, we have 2 values. We have the name and also the number format. Office Scripts starts counting from 0. Therefore, the first column, which is the name, will be the number 0. And we want to check where that is equal to CF, which is currently our variable which holds 0dp. If that is equal to 0 decimal places, we then want to get that value and apply it to our worksheet. We're going to use workbook.getSelectedRange. Then for that selected range, we want to set number format. Within there, we need to provide the string that we want to use, and that is going to be our CF array. And then we want whatever position we are currently looping through, so that is I. And then finally, we want the second element in our array, so that is position 1. The first stage of our code is now complete. Let's call this number formatting example. I'm going to select some cells and then I'll click run. As you can see, that has now formatted our numbers, and that's set based on 0dp. Let's change that to date. I will select some other cells, run our script. That now formats our date in a year, month, day format. This isn't great because each time we run our script, we first have to change the hard-coded value within the script, which definitely isn't what we want. Instead, what we want is to pass the name of the format into the script when it runs. Therefore, we can select any of our formats. And we can achieve this with Office scripts. And best of all, we can also achieve this by selecting a value from a drop-down list so that we always select a valid item. So let's see how we can edit our existing script to achieve this. I'm going to remove our CF variable. And then we're going to create CF within the declaration of our script. We've used CF. We're then going to say that CF can be equal to 0dp. I'll enter a pipe symbol. It can also be equal to 2dp. I'll enter another pipe symbol, and it can also be equal to date. These are the three options which will appear in a drop-down list that we will see in a few moments' time. We can also declare what default value we want to use. We're going to use 0dp as our default value. I'll now save my script. I'll close the script window. So if we select some cells, we can go to Automate. I'll right-click, Run, and now Office Scripts gives us a parameter window. It asks us what value we want to pass across. From our drop-down, I can select 2dp. When I click Run, it now formats all of those values according to our script. And this happens because we declared a parameter in the declaration of our script. Let's select our dates. Right-click, Run. We want this to be our date format, and once again, I'll click Run. This means that we can create Office scripts where we have parameters in the function declaration, and then when we run those scripts, it asks us what values we want to use for those parameters. In this example, we've used a drop-down list, but we can also use text and numbers. Therefore, we can make scripts that are reusable across any workbook. And that's all for this video. Along with our previous knowledge from the previous videos, we've now seen how to work with arrays, logic, and parameters. If you're enjoying this series, don't forget to subscribe and get notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.